More than 16,000 hectares and damage to thousands of buildings is the result felt by Angelenos so far, left by the fires in Los Angeles. Here in Alberta, we are no strangers to wildfires. So how would our city fare in the face of a destructive blaze, especially with our intense Chinook winds fanning the flames? BCN's Heidi Echavarria spoke with the Lethbridge Fire and Emergency Services to find out.
The fires raging in Los Angeles have raised great concern among authorities and communities alike. Despite being a metropolis with a robust infrastructure and a wealth of resources, the situation has proven difficult to manage. However, the question arises, is Lethbridge really prepared to deal with situations like this? The Chief Fire Marshal for Lethbridge Fire and Emergency Services, Troy Hicks, talks about this.
When we look at events like that, I mean, we've had events like that close to home as well. We had the Waterton fire a few years ago. We've had fires in British Columbia almost every summer. We had the Fort McMurray fires 9 years ago. And unfortunately, due to large-scale events like that, it is horrific. But also at the end of those events, we learn so much. It will change the way we train. It will change the way we will look at situations like that. So for example, here, the City of Lethbridge Fire and Emergency Services, we adjust our training as needed. Events like that will lead to more recruiting. It'll lead to the purchasing of better and new equipment. It will lead to different styles of training. It's not just a matter of kicking the door down and turning on the fire hose to put the fire out. There's so many other things we need to worry about. We need to pay attention to weather. And large-scale fire events outside like that create their own weather. A lot of these winds we're hearing about in Los Angeles, it is the normal winds that are down there, but the effects of the fires all around add to those winds and make them so much more dangerous. So with training, and also even with the city as well, we look at our water sources here. I mean, we're getting close to spring, hopefully, and we always know that, we're always worried about the snow that we had in the winter, or is there going to be enough water? That's always planned. We plan to adjust for situations like that. The City of Lethbridge has fire hydrants built all over. The fire department itself, we have the hydrants we can use. We can draft from the river if we need to. One of the biggest things to remember too is the difference between, for example, a city like Los Angeles compared to here. Los Angeles is right on the coast. High winds, I know here in Lethbridge we know everything about wind, but down there it's high, thick, dense forest. Here we don't have, other than our river bottom, we don't have a lot of dense forest. We're the prairies. We do have the risk of a fire, and we have had grass fires here in the city of Lethbridge before, which we've learned and we've adjusted the way we would attack those now.
As community, we must remember that we can also do our work of prevention.
I do think that it's a great opportunity just to review your emergency evacuation plan, review your ideas of what you can do if something like this happened. Where would we go? How could we get our family? How are we going to get out? It's a very unfortunate event, but we can turn that type of event into a reminder to start practicing again. Start practicing with your children about evacuation. Make sure your smoke detectors work. If you do have an extinguisher, check it. If you don't have one, what a great time to go get one and make sure you know how to use it. Keeping your home fire safe. Don't have a lot of dead grass, twigs on your roof, in your gutters, close to your home. Have a 72-hour emergency kit ready at all times. Cooking is the #1 cause of fires in homes. When you're cooking, be aware of what you're doing.
For BridgeCityNews, I'm Heidi Echavarria.